Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. It is paint day 3, I believe. We are getting ready to start on our 1944 two-door sedan deluxe parts, the small parts. So today should be an easier day of painting. God, we hope so. Yesterday was brutal, but we got the grill sides. These are the side pieces to the grill, the 2 headlight rings, the front chin that almost dropped, and the 2 pieces that go there. Okay, that's getting painted, and the garnish moldings, a couple garnish moldings for the windshield and the doors. I think we're going to hit them too. So that's what we're doing today. So now I've already went ahead and sealed these. They've got one coat of medium to wet coat of sealer on them already from the other day. I need to scuff these up with 600, and then I think 600. I'm gonna scuff these up, let's put it that way, whatever Ron tells me to do. And I'm just gonna sit here and just do that. And then we'll take them in, we'll wipe them off out here, and then take them into the booth. We've got all 3 air conditioners going right now. We've got all our racks set up in there. The fenders, the hood are out, they're back into the house. So we're in a pretty good spot. So I think right now it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. So we're getting a little bit of a late start, but we worked until 11 o'clock last night, just trying to get, a lot of it's just waiting around, but being able to move the fenders and the hood to get the car actually into the garage. Yeah, it's got to dry, right? Here's everybody's favorite 1940 Ford two-door sedan, sitting all pretty. Now this should really have a dramatic change tomorrow. So tomorrow, the front fenders that we painted yesterday, we're going to wet sand and buff and mount. And when we mount them, they'll be bolted right here, here, up and through here. But right here will be fender welting, that fabric that goes in between. So that'll be the first fender welting going on the car. We have obviously black. It should look really good. And that in conjunction with the new running board covers and all of that, once they go on, should look amazing. So tomorrow, if anything goes right, this will have the front fenders back on it for good. So that's a big step in the right direction here. God, this motor looks good. I love these valve covers, guys. I love them. Those are the old SoCal valve covers that have been chrome plated. We drilled a couple holes in them for the PCV and the oil over there years ago. Ron did, and whittled them out. And yeah. Anyways, there's the 40. She's going to be getting substantially bigger here soon with the fenders and the hood and all the things. Now the hood, yes, it's painted. Yes, it's going to get wet sanded and buffed tomorrow, but it's not ready to go on yet. I've got to get all these grill pieces on and do some other things before I can put the hood on it. So be patient on that. That might be later this week. There's still quite a bit of work to do. Now, all the parts I showed you earlier that we're painting today, the hope and the plan is to not have to wet sand and buff these. So is to lay it on and no dry spray, no bullshit, and have it right. So that's why we have the racks. We're going to hang everything up. It should be pretty good. So feeling good about this. Once these are painted today, they should be done. So that would be a big deal. Now, yesterday I got bored in between, Ron putting coats of paint on, because I'm not painting it, Ron's painting it. And I took the, this was really dirty, and it's just terrible. So I went ahead and took some stuff I had and just started wiping things down. Wiped out the valve covers, the intake, coil, inner fenders, firewall, the air box, all this, the air cleaner, all this stuff here. Just kind of did it once, so you can tell the rag was dirty, but it's better, and I like it. So it kind of gives me hope. So I do have a really cool set of valve covers for this. Edelbrock Fend aluminum valve covers that are going to go on this. Actually, they're in the camper. I just got to buy a set of valve cover gaskets, and then they'll be going on. So soon, guys, once the 40's done, we're going to jump on this. We're going to start with power steering, take the steering box off, send it out, get it rebuilt with a modern feel, and get it back on here to where we actually have power steering, because this is the hardest car in the world to turn. We're going to get the back glass in it, no matter what, one way or another. I've decided, I know that steel rubber, and if you guys are watching this, be looking for me. My name's Adam. I'm going to bring my rear window seal, my rubber, to Louisville, okay? Because I know I won't be there until Louisville, right? I won't be ready for it. So, which is in August, and we're just rolling at this point. So, I'm going to take it to them, and they'll have their big trailer and their R&D guys and everything. And I'm going to have them look at it and see if they don't have a universal gasket or a gasket off something else, or maybe they can make the gasket and it can become available for us 63 Chrysler 300 C-body guys. You know, the New Yorkers, all that same window gasket, I believe. But they don't sell it, and that's the problem. And any of them at this point, they're from 1963. They're old, they're cruddy, they're what they are. Dry rotted and everything else. So cracked up. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do there while we're in Louisville. We're gonna take that with us. I think that's smart. I'll be sitting there for like 5 days with nothing to do. So I think going and beating their heads into the ground on making me a window gasket might be a good idea. So that's where we're at here. Kind of fun. We also have a 410 posi, sure grip posi to put in here. Third member for the rear end. I'm looking in Louisville, hopefully, to buy a wiring harness, a modern, like painful or painless or whatever they call them, wiring harness with modern fuses, not the little glass things, and that's not going to catch my car on fire. Now I know I'll have to, they don't make a harness for this car in particular, but we'll get there. I do believe that Painless sells a Mopar one where the wires are at least the correct colors. And I think if I get in that world, I think anything for like I'm going to put modern gauges in it, I think. So, you know, anything, basically street rod wiring harness should do everything I need to do in here. I'm going to put vintage air in it and modern gauges and a modern radio and speakers and stuff. It should be, you know, headlight switch, dimmer switch on the floor, horn. I mean, it shouldn't be anything too crazy. Carbureted V8, you know, headlights, taillights. I should be pretty good. So maybe we can pick up one of the Mopar kits, and that would be a huge step in the right direction for this. And we'll just keep pushing this thing down the road. I want to get this to where I can, one, have it sealed up so water's not getting in it, and two, that it runs, drives, stops, steers, does all the things I can drive around the neighborhood. So once I get it to do all of these things, the next logical big step is going to be wheels. I need to get a decent wheel and tire package for this somehow. Not sure what wheels yet. We'll go down that road when we get there. But anything's better than these. These are about 100 pounds a piece, and I'm not even kidding. They're steel, 20s, used to be spinners. My neighbor, it's his kid's wheels off of his old Tahoe or Suburban or something from, you know, the early 2000s. And but they're unilug, and they were the only ones that would fit, that were big enough, because the wheels that were on it were rubbing, the offset was wrong, and they were rubbing the shock tower and the control arm and in the front. So yeah, you know, got to get it all figured out, but we will. So stay tuned, guys. Lots coming. I'll bring you a bunch of stuff later today with us painting all this. You'll see a bunch of shorts. You'll see a bunch of things, both on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It'll be all over the place. And we'll go from there. Oh, I forgot. Mirrors. Mirrors are getting painted today, too. Ron walked them out here when I was talking to you. So these will get painted today, and then we can go ahead and assemble them back. They have a turn signal built in here, which is kind of cool. Nice little safety feature. And the doors are already wired for them and everything. We just got to put them in. And yeah, should be fun. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 7,000. I believe we are 55 subscribers away on YouTube. Help us get there, guys. If you're watching this, you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. There's a ton of stuff coming. You just heard me talking about what's going on over here. We ain't even began to talk about what's going on over here with the 58 Chevy Apache Mater And then we have a huge build on the other side of that fence, 65 Chevelle SS, two-door coupe. That is going to be, we got to disassemble it, take it, get the body acid dipped, get it back here, epoxy it. Then we're talking full quarters, Dutchman, trunk lid swap, patch up repair the front fenders. I mean, just on and on and on and on and on. Probably getting floors, might even get a roof skin, so on and so forth, right? So lots of metalwork and stuff going to be happening over here later on in the year. So stay tuned for that. But we got to get that one finished. And what's great is we're starting to finish cars. We're starting to roll them out, so that's good. So Thing got done, Big Red got done. Now we're getting the 44 done. This is great. Only problem is I don't have anywhere to park all my painted cars, so that's not great, but we'll figure that out. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a minute.